are going to talk about 2018 predictions because we didn't get to talk about 2018 predictions with Bill Monroe because you never know what the future is going to be for this year. So Bill Monroe, great to have you back.
How are you?
Our great prognosticator.
That's the first time in history we get a twofer on Sandy and Friends. So.
I know, because we didn't get to the predictions.
Exactly.
So how are we going to get the answers to these questions?
Well, you know, usually I come up with some sort of list that I bring to the show, and then I thought, well, maybe we'll do something different this year. So I brought
he has a prop.
my big 8-ball. Yes.
Okay, I was prepared, but this was mine right here.
So I was gonna say you could choke on that thing.
I know, and I brought a knife to a gunfight, to quote Indiana.
But this 8-ball, I think every kid had one.
Not that big.
Not that big. This is the adult version, I guess. But they're about the size of a softball. And, you know, basically, for those of you who aren't real familiar, you would just ask it kind of funny questions. You were in school, like, will so-and-so ask me out on a date or something like that?
Oh, yeah. Am I going to? No, well, you have to, it's almost like a yes or no question.
Well, yeah, that's true. Will he ask me on a date? Or will she ask me on a date? Yeah, exactly. Will I have fun
and then you turn it up and the little answer floats
Little
to
answer
the top.
floats. There's like 20.
No, you don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
He's gonna ask
exactly.
Me out
Let
for
me ask
sure.
again. So I remember that. We'd always ask it. Like we didn't like the answer, we'd turn around. But there's like 20 different options, I guess.
All right, so I have a burning question for this year. Because I love this guy, Larry Fitzgerald, you know, he's got like hair down to here and his helmet over at Arizona Cardinals. That guy has been running touchdowns for how long?
He's been with the Cardinals since 2004. And again, there's been speculation. He was supposed to retire at the end of last season, but he decided to come back for one more. And the Cardinals didn't really do very well. So now there's speculation, well, is he going to retire, especially after they lost their coach and their quarterback? So I asked the magical 8-ball.
This year. Okay, now hand me the 8-ball. I have to see.
The 8-ball.
Okay, so will Larry Fitzgerald retire this year?
This year.
Answer floats to the top. Answer says most likely.
Most likely. Because things usually come in threes, so that's why I'm thinking.
Most likely. Okay. So what's your burning question?
My question is, will Donald Trump finish the year as president? Now, he's had a tumultuous year. He's been in office a year already. And so there's even going to be a march for impeachment on the 20th.
Really?
It's coming up in a couple of weeks, So I'm wondering if he will actually finish the year as president or if he will be removed from office.
Drum roll.
Drum roll, and says my sources say no, so he may be out.
May be out.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah,
well, that would be kind of a shake-up, huh?
It would be. That would be a big
Well,
shake-up.
in that vein, okay, will Hillary announce another run for president in 2020?
Again, if you remember, she did run for president before against Donald Trump and lost.
Yes, so will she run again? Oh, look at that. It says it's doubtful.
Doubtful.
Okay. I think she had enough after that last one.
I think so, yeah. It was pretty close. But the one I want to know was, will Solo: A Star Wars Story be a failure at the box office? Now, we just had The Last Jedi. It's still in theaters, but they're going to do a kind of a spin-off movie with just the Han Solo character. And so I was wondering if it's going to be a failure at the box office.
Sometimes also work, like Seinfeld, and then you get one of the characters.
Exactly, yeah.
Elaine, it just didn't
right,
work
so they're doing all the adventures of when he was young and all that stuff. And now Rogue One was one of those spin-off movies in 2016, and I thought that was spectacular.
Yeah.
So, but this is going to be the first one with an actual character. So, will it be a failure? And it says it is decidedly so. So
it's going to be a failure, decidedly
so
a failure?
So maybe people are sick of the Star Wars
my goodness.
machine here. So.
All right, so this is one that I'm interested in. Will comedian Kathy Griffin find work again after she posed for a photo with the bloody head of Donald Trump saying she was sorry, and then she said no, she changed her mind.
This was back in May, and of course, it's a famous picture. She held up a bloody head. It was very graphic.
It wasn't in good taste.
No, it was not. And I mean, I don't care who your president is. I mean, you don't go around holding a picture like that. And then, of course, she felt bad. She cried and said, I'm sorry. And then all of a sudden, I think she started getting a little more support.
She goes, never mind, I'm not sorry.
Exactly. She said, I'm not sorry.
So she's going to find work again.
We're wondering if she's going to work again. Yeah, exactly.
Griffin. Oh, this is terrible. Okay, it says, don't count on it.
Wow.
Poor Kathy. Yeah. Well, you know, you got to be a little tasteful with your political satire.
Exactly. So then another one I was asked is, was there going to be anyone left in Hollywood and or Congress following the latest harassment allegations? Now, it seems like when you turn on the news every day, there's somebody new. And even with the Golden Globes, which were last night, they were saying, oh.
They talked about
that.
Yeah,
they did. Yeah, and Seth Meyers even made a joke about it in his monologue. He actually went there, and people were kind of like,
Oh,
Wow,
oh, yeah.
you really
Well, and
did.
then some of the speeches, the women were saying, you know, we're being strong. This is a new era where, you know, we can speak up and stand together. So that was good.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, this kind of splashes over on again to the president, since he has a dozen
Exactly. He's in the crosshairs as well. Yep, he is. So
Exactly.
is anyone
Okay.
going to be left? And even in Arizona, they had, you know, a couple resign, step down because all of a sudden they said, hey, guess what? So it says most likely. So we're not going to lose everybody. I
Oh,
guess.
we'll have some left.
We'll have some left. So you
Some
can still
who
enjoy your movies
weren't
and TV.
doing naughty behind the scenes
Exactly.
things, I guess. Oh my goodness. Okay, that is fascinating. Let's see, what else do we want to know? Oh, okay, well, this is kind of bad. Speaking of politics again, will tensions between North Korea and the United States lead to World War III?
Uh-oh. As everybody knows, it's been kind of back and forth. Trump's kind of been,
Yes.
you know, saying.
They've been insulting each other.
Exactly, exactly.
The wildest people in politics.
Yes.
It just, and you know, so who's going to push the button first or whatever?
Exactly, yeah.
So we're going to count on
So
World
what's
War
gonna
III,
happen?
but just like, oh no. I hate to say it, but it says you may rely on it.
Uh-oh.
You may rely
So
on
make
it.
your plans now because.
Gosh, get your bomb
There's
shelters
nothing left.
built and your
Exactly.
supplies stashed up.
So I did have one that I didn't. This is kind of a surprise, but as everybody knows, with the accusation, we said Matt Lauer got fired from the Today Show, and they have a new co-host.
That was a
So
hard
I asked, will our very own Sandy Muss be asked to guest host the Today Show?
Oh.
Are you going to be coming
Oh,
in?
I'm so nervous.
And it says very doubtful. So sorry, Sandy.
Oh,
Get
there
this
goes my career,
stay,
just
yep.
like that, from a dumb 8-ball.
That's it,
it's like,
that's it, so.
Okay, well, at least we have our answers.
We
We'll
do.
see if those come
We'll
true.
see what happens
Bill
exactly.
Monroe.
We'll see what happens in a year. We'll check and.
That's right, keep your
See what's
list.
going
We'll
on.
see if
Keep
the
our
old
list.
8-ball knows what it's talking about.
Exactly.
The guy never called me, by the way.
No.
I just said it would. Okay, so don't go away.